I was told that if old Chucko homers, that it's the only 3-generational home run family in the history of Thurman Munson State. Chuck, why didn't you just go yah-yah last night? You could have made it real easy for us.
It's a lot of pressure. I got to live up to the name, but I got 4 at bats today to see what I can do. So we'll see.
Well, there you no pressure from this side. But I know that Grandpa was in attendance last night, and he drove all the way back to Columbus, and he's coming back tonight. Talk to me about your family, man. Supportive, not just of you, but of your entire family. What does it mean to look up in the stands and see your own cheering section every game?
Yeah, no, my aunts and uncles are all down in Columbus, and anytime it's a big game, even if it's a little game on a Saturday morning, they're usually there, and then they go right back after the game. So it means a lot, knowing that I have the support, and they're always there. So
I'm thinking maybe you take one of those SaberCat bats out tonight and let it ride, see how it goes, because Dad has the business that SaberCat also works a full-time job. What's it like I'm sure you've been in there many, many times and probably made your own bats at some portion. So what's it like to really have baseball running through your blood?
Yeah, no, it's a really cool, it's a cool thing. I, as a little kid going down there and, just looking at how these things of wood just turn into baseball bats that are used in the major leagues is truly incredible. And being around it for so long, it makes today even more special, going for a state Final Four appearance.
All right, so Dad was from Salem. You're in Louisville. You guys are built very similar from the standpoint of your baseball teams when you played and as you're playing now. Rumor has it you took the Salem jersey out after the Salem victory. Is there any truth to that?
Yeah, there's a little bit of truth to that. I walked in the night before we played Salem in the playoffs, and he had his Letterman jacket sitting on my bed.
Your dad would still have a Letterman jacket out.
Yeah. I've actually never seen it. It's my dad wasn't the biggest guy in high school, so it's pretty small actually. But it was there, and I didn't say anything to him about it because I knew what needed to be done the next day, and I'm glad we were able to get that win against those guys. That was a good team.
Dude, you are an unbelievable center fielder. I feel like you're Lone Ranger out there because you can track anything and you got more range than a Maytag. What do you do to really understand the trajectory? Because people think playing the outfield is like T-ball and instructional league where they just put out there whoever, throw them out there and see what happens. It takes a skilled individual to play center field. You got to have it all, kind of 5 tools, and you certainly have it. When did you realize that the center field position was the one that you were going to really master?
Yeah, well, being left-handed, growing up, I was always a first baseman. So I never played in the outfield until about 14U. So right before high school, I started going to the outfield. And my first game playing center was actually at Munson. So that's kind of a funny little thing as we play the other night. But, I've learned that if you learn where the catcher sets up, it gives you an idea of where the ball is going to be hit. And, there's little things. I don't want to give my keys away, but,
Sure.
there's little things that you can pick up on and makes the game a lot easier, a lot slower.
What kind of tips did the old man give you? I mean, he had quite the career at Malone, and obviously you're well on your way to making your impact at the next level as well. What kind of tips did your dad give you growing up? You guys have been very good for a long time, this whole crew. What things did you learn and remember almost on a daily basis when you take the field that your dad kind of brought to you?
He always taught me first step back, how to read a ball, always in the backyard hitting fungos to me. And, I think that's where the basis comes from. And he always tells me to get faster. So that too. Oh, there's always that. So
no, not him.
Yeah. So no, he's been great teaching me the game and really understanding what it means to be a baseball player.
When you saw some of the injuries last night, I mean, you saw that comebacker at Ant, and on the bump, and then you saw JT get cleated in the mouth. Like, you guys just rally around those guys, and the mental and physical toughness that this team, possesses. I said to Anthony and Ty, you guys are like a bunch of cowboys. You remind me of like the 2004 Red Sox. If I had to point to one team,
yeah.
what's the mentality when you guys are on that bus? And I know you're only on it for like 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, and not that long, but
What's the mentality? I mean, you guys, is it Louisville versus the world?
yeah, no, definitely. I feel like all of us feel like we haven't gotten the recognition we deserved as a team. In the games we've played, we're underdogs in almost every game, including last night we were the underdog according to PBR, and we ride with that. That's our main motivation, and I can say that we're all playing for each other right now, and that's the greatest part of it.
Outside of the clubhouse, nobody really expected you guys to be there, and you're embracing that role. So, I mean, playing with house money, obviously something that you guys are doing right now. And you've seen Chardon. It sounds like you've seen this pitcher you're going to see tonight. Is there a little bit of confidence that rides into tonight's game, knowing that you've already had 6 or 7 innings of seeing this young man?
Yeah, we saw him in the first game. We played him in that double header earlier in the year. He's a pretty good pitcher, so definitely we're gonna have to work counts and show the discipline that we've been working on all year, which is main staple in our practices. Discipline.
All right, so you got the best view in the house whenever it comes to seeing who's in the stands in center field. Like when you see all that navy and baby blue in the stands, like you saw last night, I think everybody in Louisville was in attendance. What does that mean to you?
If you think everyone in Louisville was there last night, just wait for tonight. It's gonna be a lot better. I have a feeling. It means a lot to come from a community that always rallies around each other, and no matter what it is. I think that growing up here has taught me so much about loving where you're from, and I can tell you every player on our team is embracing that where you're from, Louisville. So it's something special.
And that's really interesting because now in the days of the college transfer portal and kids transferring schools, and obviously Louisville is a hop, skip, and a jump away for some really big schools that, sometimes people think that they can get recruited because they're at these bigger schools. You guys have all stuck together and kind of made a pact to each other that, hey, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it with each other. When you think about this group, why does it make everybody think this group is the group that could be so special in Louisville history?
Well, you look at basketball, and we hadn't won a district title in 29 years, and we were able to get the job done there and get to a regional final. And now here in baseball, we're in our second regional final in school history or something like that. And I think that this group, growing up, we had so many great teams that always just came down. They would lose by 1 run or at a buzzer beater at the field house. And growing up, all of us saw that, and we knew that we were going to grind it in, and we were going to finish the job. And I'm glad to say that we've done it so far, and I hope we can get it done tonight.
You're a long way away from getting married, young man, but they say in baseball, the guys in your dugout, you're going to look around and they're going to be the same guys that are your groomsmen someday. Yeah. So give me a couple groomsmen you can see being in your wedding that's in your dugout right now.
Well, I got to go with my no-fly zone friends, I guess. Zach Seaman in right field, Connor Adelman in left. Those are my guys. Our goal is no ball drops in the outfield, and we've come pretty close to that. So, and then Caleb Harsh, he's my neighbor. He's also the hype man in the dugout, so he'd definitely be there. And Carson Siegfried, and he's also my neighbor. Great 4-hitter. All the guys, they'll all be there.
All right, so who's the ring bearer? Who's the guy that's like kind of in, but not really?
Oh, jeez. That's a tough one because, I don't want to single anyone out, but definitely.
Is there anybody you just want to see in a little tuxedo?
Yeah, definitely Braden Gross. He's a freshman. He's like 6'4". He was our starting 5-man for basketball, and I just think that'd be awesome to see him in that.
I love it. Who would be the flower girl?
Caleb Harsh for sure.
There we go.
Yeah, definitely.
Would he have the fanny pack and pulling the flowers out of the fanny pack?
He'd probably be in a dress, knowing him. He would embrace that role.
Who's throwing the bachelor party?
Definitely JT Popick, Warner, Anthony Warner, and Adelman. That's definitely their job.
Swaggy J throwing the bachelor party. I can only imagine. It would be like Hangover 4 with you guys, I'm sure. Um, when you look at, I mean, and here's something that people might not know, and I feel bad for taking over this interview. I can see Anthony just leaning back, which I dig. What people don't really know, unless they are avid Louisville YSN viewers, is you and Zach were the basketball duo that took the nation by storm.
Yeah.
Being a part of YSN and now being one of the main events on YSN, what is that like? I mean, to make the transition, people always talk about, well, I can do this and I can do YSN. It's easy. It actually was kind of easy for you and Zach because your personalities. What was it like your first broadcast?
First broadcast was an 8th grade football game for our brothers, and I believe it was like only my grandparents watched it or something. So it wasn't big time yet, like girls basketball, but it was definitely something. We felt like we kept repeating ourselves. It was kind of, we had to lay low for a little bit. We weren't really talking. It was kind of awkward, but I can tell you once we got to the Canfield game and the girls basketball, it was we didn't shut up. So it was.
I remember hearing about you not shutting up.
Yeah.
For Ty's going to be broadcasting you guys tonight from Thurman Munson Stadium. What do you think in your mind right now? If you close your eyes and envision what's going to happen during this game, can you, like your father, his wizardry that predicted 3 runs for you guys last night, can you give us kind of a prediction of what's going to happen and who's going to be the main event tonight?
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Both teams did not really hit the ball last game. I think Chardon won 3-1. So I think it's going to be a who hits the ball the most is what it's going to come down to. It won't be a pitcher's duel. And I think it's going to come down to that last inning, those last 3 outs. And I think Chardon, they're definitely going to put up a fight, but I think the Leps will get it done tonight. I hope.
Do we know if you're home or away?
We are away. Okay.
And does that mean you're breaking out the navies?
We'll be in all navy tonight, yes.
Oh, the best looking unis in all of YSN. The all navies with the LVL on the front of the cap and the Ville on the back.
Yeah.
Is this the swaggiest team? And people talk about cocky and confident, but swaggy is kind of somewhere in that middle there for me. Is this the swaggiest team you've ever been on?
Yeah, for sure. I think last year we lost to Salem in the playoffs, and that Salem team last year, they were all swag. We wanted to replicate that this year, and that was the main thing this offseason was that we were going to play with swag. We were going to walk with a pep in our step, and that's what we've done this year.
Who's one guy that you've played this year that you would love to play with at some point, whether it be summer league or at the next level, or if for some reason they were able to make a super team or an all-star game even?
Yeah. That's a tough one. So many good players. I'm trying to think. Let's see here.
Just start ripping them off. I don't care if you do 10 of them. You don't have to do one.
Well, we played this kid in Tennessee. He actually just won Gatorade Player of the Year in Tennessee. He's going to the University of Tennessee to pitch. Lefty. Hit us, actually. Definitely would want to play with him. That's for sure. Let's see. Ryan Turner from Central Catholic. That's another one. We played them this year. There's a lot of good talent around here that we've seen this year. And, I'm proud to say that I'm from Stark County, Columbiana County, and played all these schools.
I love it, dude. All right. If your dad was back in his prime, who would get to play center field, you or him?
Oh, I'd have to go with me. That's just self-confidence right there. Maybe he might be able to hit the ball a little farther than me, but, I'm a little smarter than him, so that goes a long way.
All right. We're going to play greatest of all time real quick, all right? I'm going to give you a sport, and you tell me who the greatest of all time is in that sport. Let's start with the easy one. Let's go basketball.
Michael Jordan, no doubt.
My God. There it is. I saw Anthony just lean back. He's disgusted. Let's go football. Greatest of all time.
Tom Brady. Can't argue with the rings.
2 for 2. All right, this one get us a little tougher. Baseball.
Baseball. See, that's a tough one. I always liked Satchel Paige growing up. I always thought he was definitely one of the best pitchers of all time. Best players of all time, though, it'd have to be a position player. I can't go Babe Ruth. That's too basic. So,
Old basic babe.
yeah, jeez, can't. I might as well say Thurman Munson, but he didn't play long enough. It's a local guy. Um, Greatest of all time. I'm trying to think of who has the most World Series.
See, your generation it typically is like Ken Griffey Jr., Mike Trout, people
Yeah,
like that. I'm so impressed you're going old school.
yeah, you gotta go old school. I mean, Mike Trout might get there someday. He's not there yet, though. Jeez. We'll go Ted Williams. I like Ted Williams.
Teddy Williams. All right, Teddy
Yeah.
Ballgame. All right, that's
Yeah.
fair. All right, let's go. Greatest pitcher you've ever faced.
I've ever faced.
Yep.
There's this kid that we were playing a tournament in Georgia. I forget his name. He's going to the University of Georgia. He was throwing 92. It was 2 years ago, so we were freshmen. If I knew his name, I would tell you.
Was that like a 16U tournament?
Yeah, down in a perfect game in Georgia.
Unreal.
Yeah, he was pretty good. I'd go with him.
Who's the best offensive player that you've ever faced?
I actually play with him, so I'd say JT Popick for sure.
I love it. Which is ironic because he won Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah. No, he's an all-around player. He's an all-around player.
All right, so we've talked about your dad a lot. I know how much family means to you and how much that he's sacrificed and your family sacrificed to get you where you are. You got anything to say to them?
Yeah, no, I just like to thank them for everything they've ever done for me, and they'll continue to do for me. I hope. I hope that we can pay them back tonight with a ticket to the Final Four.
What do you want to do after baseball, man? What do you want to do after sports, after high school?
I actually want to go into pre-law, political science, hopefully become a lawyer.
Are we talking about Congressman Charlie Roberts? Because that just rolls off the tongue.
It's a possibility. I've talked to some people about it. I've interned for some campaigns already. So, we'll see what happens.
You got my vote, man. Hands out. Not even 18 yet, right? You got my vote. You're ready to go.
Yes.
So if you could pick any job right now, what would it be and why?
Definitely be a lawyer. I actually watched the Johnny Depp case, and that was so interesting to me. And I feel like that could be a lot of fun. Making people look silly in court.
Could you be a better lawyer than the ones that Amber Heard had?
I don't know. I mean, they had a tough job if you really look at it because they had no basis to stand on. So
Awesome, man. Anthony, I stole your interview. Ty stole your interview. So if you got anything, I'm sorry.
No, you're good, DJ. That was awesome because you're a pro, and obviously you've been covering this team, so it makes sense that you get to take that interview with you.
Charlie, I know. The only thing I have for you, I know all of Leopard Nation already knows where the party is, but let's go for anyone that's living under a rock or anyone in the surrounding areas. Where's the party tonight, and where can they find it?
Thurman Munson Stadium. It's gonna be a fun time tonight. I'm very excited.
What I want to know is, because with growing up with a generational baseball talent you did, you have to have some really fun youth baseball memories playing as a kid. What's your favorite kind of backyard baseball memory with this family that you're in?
Siegfried, Harsh, and me all live in the same little neighborhood here, so we always get it going in the backyard. And actually, Aljancic too from basketball, our best basketball player, he's here too. So we usually go 2v2 in the backyard, and I think we were hitting opposite-handed one time, and I was able to hit a walk-off home run. I let Will know about it around the bases, and maybe we didn't talk to each other for a couple days after that, but that's definitely my best memory.
With your experience calling games, were you giving yourself a call as you were rounding the bases too?
Oh yeah, no, I always do that. That's always something that I'm able to do. Yeah. Even when I'm playing video games.
Now, batting. Charlie, yeah. Charlie, Roberts. Since we're talking about, my last question for you here, Chuck, is since we're talking about announcers, you guys have two of the best with Ian and Gary. Talk about how they've really become part of your team and how much you guys love having them around.
Yeah, I mean, Gary sits in front of me in my sociology class, and every day you turn around, who's pitching tonight, what's happening tonight, what's the scouting report, and it's almost like they're a part of the team. They are a part of the team. They're with us every step of the way. After every game, they're on the field getting their YSN player of the game up for the interview. it adds a part to the game that most schools don't have, and we're really appreciative of that. And they're great guys to be around. We shaved Ian's head after we won the district, and that was the deal. So they're fun to be around.
Gary said that you're shaving his head if you guys win regionals. Is that accurate?
Yeah. Well, he said if we win state, then we shave it. But then we negotiated it and we got it down to regionals. So yeah, we already got some football bets in for the amount of wins we get. So
oh my gosh,
it's gonna be a fun couple months here.
You guys are the 2004 Red Sox, the cowboy up. Dude, we're so excited for you. We're proud of you. Go get the dub tonight, and we'll see you in Akron. How about that?
That sounds good. Sounds like a plan.
Thanks for hanging out, brother. We appreciate you.
Yep. Thank you.